Beautiful, 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 beautiful. You talking about God is about to pull you out of remission. People go to church. I've been going to church since I was in New Orleans, and I've been going to church since a long time. And I even when I came to Texas, I was going to church in Dallas, Plano, and Irving. And we go to the skate park and do things like that. And I hang out with other people. I always been different. Demira's sister told me something when she go to church too. She told me they are not ready for me yet. She was speaking through God. But I had to understand the meaning of those things to get where I'm trying to go in life. But the hardest thing, I'm meet new people and certain individuals from church, women that I talk to, girls that I talk to, and girls I talk to, girls that I talk to, I didn't want to put in the conflict. Tana is very known by the CFB character, so he's always getting in trouble, and I'm not. So it's very hard to understand the domains of what you're talking about because he always gets stopped by the CFB character. So I'm always going to church with him in Irving. So it was very not hard to put the good people, the good teenagers that I'm talking to over selfish behavior of Marissa and all the rest of those things, the games that they play. I'm going to the skate park. I'm going to church. We leave church early when we're talking to the females, talking to the friends at the female. So it wasn't. Let me tell you something. When I was in church in Irving with Tanner, and he get caught him and his grandmother, and we in Irving. My thing, I think Irving, Louisville, or Plano. I think Plano or one of the others. I think it was in Plano. One of the churches in Plano. And the thing, Irving, I talked to them, but I didn't want to put them in the situation to deal with the concept of the mess that's going around with other society, Marissa's behavior, and how Zach kissed on my girlfriend in the pool. So I go through a lot. And I did some things after she did that, but the fake cousins and the fake, I don't want nothing to do with that, man. I want nothing to do with a lying person in a family and a cousin that's jealous. What he did in 2019 should have never been done. You the trouble. You the problem. And you to a point where people want to walk away after that stuff that Dallas did. People want to walk away from it. But you trying to get people to deal with certain individuals that have a jealousy intent and want me to ride with somebody that got a problem and a cousin that no longer in my life anymore. And that's selfish, man. In this city, and they think they can just get away with no consequences of their life and what they did in Dallas. And no, it's not at that simple as you think it is on that Facebook. Mirza, man, this got nothing to do. It was always about me and Sabina, but he got the nerve to say, "No, I'm gonna do what I do to protect my kid, and you do what you do to protect yours." But I'll never teach my kid jealousy. I will teach my kid to watch out for your mindset and your spirits, man. Because y'all got it. I told Sabina she need to wake up and see the bigger picture of what's going on here. And she can't wake up and see what's going on, how something is going to work between her dad and me and her family and her brother because of the conflict of what he's about, what he's willing to lie about. Bam. Let me tell you something. After I did what I did and I didn't want to choose, and I didn't want to choose at Tabitha Post with Jessica Clark, like she kept her distance with me and she had a baby. So it's the difference between that she didn't want to give me time. I'm seeing you. I'm seeing your spirit right there. You making me. I'm seeing you. I'm seeing your spirit right there. Give me a little time. I'm seeing you. I'm seeing you. And like I like you just walk away and don't give me time. I got a lot of women problems. Leave me alone. And I'm telling Dallas with their stupid behavior going on in this community. And Mirza, leave me alone. We all know what happened. But I wish Jessica Clark would have gave me more time. I'm acknowledging her. Man, we have spent more time than Sabina has spent and we CC's. I'm paying for everybody CC's, and we chilling out. We having a good time. And I'm going to her room and chilling on her porch. We sitting right across. I'm not concerned about how the conflict is. She should have gave me more time to decide, and she didn't give me more time. As she said, to get over myself. She need to get over herself and see things for what it is in the spiritual realm, in the mindset of what's going on here. I don't need that. My kid is taken care of. I brought stuff for my kids for Christmas. And anyway, when he had my last name, he's good. I don't have to have time for those conflict and those things that what he's about. Like people got their own problem and all of those things, and not about the church. I'm not going in there for what they talking about and what they. This is about. I've been 14. I have a lot on my plate. I'm going to college. I'm at North Lake. I'm at Brookhaven. I'm going to school on a Saturday. I'm going to think. I'm doing two different colleges, and I'm doing these things because I have a lot on my plate. I'm going to help out at Patrick School Elementary. I'm bringing my games. I'm doing all that. I'm cashing checks. I'm going past Avon out at other schools. I have a lot on my plate. And Patrick and Emily of Catholic can tell you, I'm at their schools. I'm at their schools, man. When somebody's at their school, how can you say something, bro? How can you say something when you a liar and you got all your problems and you're not adding up right, man? And you got to understand when a man not adding up and not telling the facts between how he's the mindset and the spirit. Sabina knows about a lot of things, but once she finds out, oh, what a bitch, he acted like a jealous. I don't got time for that, man. That's immature, man. I don't got time for that jealousy. And to Sabina said, Mom and Dad, they'd be like, hold up, this is between us. And she called me. She told me this is between us. And she told me, but Mary's instead of trying to interfere, and instead of trying to interfere, man, and that's conflict, man. Instead of trying to interfere, so I got the state of Texas and Big Tech them for interfering with conflict. With conflict to understand it. But why should I give them a chance to play these games? This guy got an issue. He got a problem, man. So after I did what I did, let me tell you something. Because me and Sabina talked about having kids. After I did what I did, Chris Clark's sister stopped coming around. We all know what happened. And after I did what I did, so I'm like, hold up, you're mad at me because you're not telling me how you feel. So you drift away from a couple of weeks and you go to parties and you have a kid. And I saw your brother, but we are not talking. We are not talking. We are not talking in that format. So when I'm having conflict, you're not giving me a chance to figure it out, and you just do that to me. And like, why do I have to like? Come on, I have a lot. I'm passing Avons out. I'm playing games at the elementary schools. I'm running with Patrick Emlin. I'm not getting back to school till about 3:30 or 4 o'clock. But if you got a jealous cousin, no, this is between me and Sabina. Sabina mom can't realize and dad can't see what's going on. I don't want to be around Mirza. Sabina is telling me or call me after they didn't cuss to clean up his mess and want me to come around. Nigga, don't know, man. To clean up your mess. To clean up your mess of what you started. And Tom Tom and these big ass, dumb ass niggas. Fights was breaking out at that hotel. Niggas was acting teenager. I told Mercer there's a reason why it wasn't about my ego. It's about I needed to be around you because the spiritual. You can't walk around here not just passing CDs and then watching the spiritual jealousy when we go into events and doing you go into events. I already did my work. But if I'm in the hotel and you doing this and you want to go to the mall, I need to be with you to watch the mind and the spirit of everyone. And that's the thing when you go into Dallas events and watch the mind and the spirit of everyone. And that's just the conflict and the situation of the jealousy and the mindset, the vindictive behavior of them watching the enemy. When God told Moses to tell his people to paint the wall with blood, he knew the non-believer was going to be amongst the believers. He knew these things to understand it. But they are hiding in their car. What happened in 2000? Antagonising the mindset, playing with it, laughing, intimidating, meat muck. All this was going on and different things was going on in that format. But if we got to understand that mirrors are going to tamper with things, I don't want to deal with those things between those people and what those things are. The reason why I was incompetent because I once said I was a Walmart CEO, and he said Hubert. It was a more of a physical thing, a reality thing. And she still wanted to do what she did. It doesn't matter if I got the. And this lady got a damn problem. This lady got a problem, and he got a problem in the for using a new verse, and she's stupid, man. And let me tell you something. She's cussing everybody in the courtroom when they found out the truth, and everybody started cussing in the courtroom. What a bitch, what a bitch, what a bitch, what a bitch, what a bitch. You should have heard how many judges and state attorneys were cussing like the racist piece of shit they are in that Dallas courtroom. I'm not out to argue with people or anyone in that matter. But you should have saw how many people was willing to argue over things that don't concern them in that format, right?